was really just a full breakdown, everything that you need to learn, basically the A to Z.
From where to start, exactly what to do, how to do it, all the systems, the programs.
The resources and things that were given throughout the training was just phenomenal.
What's up, everybody? Big echo. Let me take this off. All right, there we go. What's up, everybody? We're here live at the Collab Workspace here in Tampa, Florida. If you want to watch us live, make sure you come in here, network with me, and answer some questions. This is episode 18. If this is your first time watching, basically the way this works is you submit your leads. Every guest that I have calls them live. Head over to the ritoolbox.com. Submit your leads. Please make sure they're warm to hot. We don't want anything on the MLS. We don't want anything that's, brand spanking cold. Make sure it's somebody you spoke to, and we'll have a higher chance of closing a deal for you. So each time I bring a guest on here, if you're watching this, obviously this is live. I see a lot of pre-recorded stuff, calls on YouTube, but we get to bring a whole bunch of different styles here. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly, get to know the guest a little bit. I'm very excited about today's guest. He hasn't been in the business that long, but he has a very, very amazing story. Solid sales guy. None other than the Eric Cline. Eric, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for having me, Steven.
No problem, man. So tell us a little bit more about who you are, what your background is, and how you got into real estate.
Right on. So Eric Cline, right now I'm in right outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. I've actually only been in this space for 12 months, but prior to being in the wholesaling space, my background at, real quick, not going too far back, 28 years old, checked myself into a treatment center after 13 years of very, very hard drug use. The drug that brought me to my knees was crack cocaine, running the streets of Chicago. 28 years old, somebody flew me down to South Florida, put me in a treatment center. And when I got out of treatment, my first real job was a cold caller in a call center. Prior to that, I was a union carpenter from Chicago. And so as far as having any type of sales background, I had none other convincing the dope man to give me a little bit more. So 28, got out of treatment, heavily tattooed. Neck down. I was very insecure, hopeless, helpless. And really, I didn't feel like I even fit in society. And there was a gentleman from Brooklyn, New York, that gave me my very first shot on the phones. And it was a company where there was 200 plus people. I walked in there very insecure. I had really bad social anxiety. Couldn't be around people, couldn't hold an intelligent conversation. And one, it's because I didn't think very highly of myself. And within a year and a half, without going into too many details of working at this company and what we did, it was a bunch of different campaigns that they would start up and then sell off, anywhere from ADT to credit repair to auto warranties, just a multitude of campaigns. And I was cold calling on all of those first. Once I got real good at cold calling, he pushed me into being a closer. And within a year and a half, I became the guy's number one closer out of 200 people on the phones. Not that I was the best in that room. It's just I outworked every single person in that company. I cared more than anybody in that company. The way I tell the story, and this is no bullshit, no lie, I didn't have a license at the time. I was living in a halfway house, and it was the first time in my entire life where I was like, holy cow, this is something that I could really excel at as long as I just put in the work. There wasn't a ceiling above my head. And I knew that getting into a very short period of time after getting into sales, I realized working a commission job, Like ultimately, I filled in the blank of what they were going to pay me. They just signed the check. So my wife, girlfriend at the time, literally would bring me to work because, again, I didn't have a license. And I would be standing at the front door of this place waiting for people to let me in. So I was the very first person there. And I would work all through the day and through the night. And when the company was shutting down for the day, they literally would click the lights off and say, hey, Eric, you got to get up from your cubicle. It's time to go. So my work ethic in the very beginning superseded all the talent that was in that building. Just because I literally worked my tail off and I was constantly trying to just get better at the craft. Once I stopped working at that company, the very first company that I ever started was in the timeshare exit industry. We help people out of distressed timeshares, which is a very similar model to what we do here in the wholesaling vertical. So I literally had a stack of timeshare leads. And anybody that knows anything about a timeshare, if you own one, there's a really good chance you want out of it. So I started in a bedroom. It was me and my wife. She would literally pound the phones, getting somebody on just to where they were a little bit interested in speaking about getting out of their timeshare. We had 2 cordless phones. She would use one to start fronting. As soon as she got somebody, she would hand me the cordless. I'd run upstairs. She'd keep pounding on the other cordless phone. Fast forward, we took that business from concept. Somebody gave us the idea. I did not invent this model, but somebody gave us the idea. We grew that business. It was myself, my wife, and one other partner. We grew that business within not just a little over 9 years. We had over 150 team members all under one roof. We're based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I had over 100 people in my call center all under one roof. And we were signing up anywhere between 600 to 650 people a month, grossing over $3 million a month. So that's what I did for in my arena that I played in. My part of the business was overseeing the call center. So my partner would bring the leads in, I would convert the leads, and then my wife would fulfill on the leads and make sure people got out of the timeshare. We were going to sell 51% of that business after 9 years. A private equity firm was getting ready to acquire 51% for $54 million. And it was life-changing. It was literally the American dream. 60 days prior to us selling that portion of the business, I got hit, me and my partners got hit with 2 massive lawsuits by 2 of the biggest timeshare developers in the world. And without boring you the details of it, we, after 2.5-year battle, my wife and I decided to settle for millions of dollars just to get our life back. And I find myself here in the wholesaling industry now.
That's amazing, man. To where you started, to where you're at, to the obstacles and things you overcame. A lot of people, I mean, they go through a couple of things and they just quit, you know? So thanks for being so open with us, because a lot of people, I'm sure, can resonate watching this, regardless of what they went through. What was that transition once you start acquiring those sales skills and, you know, you've been what you went through, kind of transitioning into this business specifically? What do you see relates the most to what you previously did? And are you taking the same kind of sales principles and applying it to your business currently?
Yeah, great question. So I'm actually using the exact steps, almost the same exact pitch that I had created. And listen, a sales script, in my opinion, should always be changing. So I had another model that was very similar to this. It's just take out timeshare, insert home. It's a distressed owner majority of the time that's looking for a solution. So I took my sales script. I'm a firm believer, if you're going to scale a business, it's easy to have a business where there's 1 or 2 people, where if both of you are kind of good at sales, you don't need scripts or anything like that. If you're going to build an actual business and you're going to hire people, and you're going to try to scale that and get consistent results, I am a very, very firm believer it has to be scripted from hello to goodbye. So I actually have sitting here with me, it's a 6 or 7 page script that I've been creating since the day I jumped on the phones in this industry and started tweaking what I had from the other business I had.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's amazing. What does your business look like today? And where do you see yourself in the future?
So I, with 2 partners, Tony and my wife, we opened this office right outside of Raleigh, May of last year. It was actually a year ago yesterday that we opened this office. Today, we have 20 cold callers outsourced. We have 4 lead managers outsourced. And then in-house, I have, up until just a couple weeks ago, I had 3 full-time closers. 2 of them got up, walked out. I now have 2 currently, and then I have 2 starting on Monday. So I'll have 4 in-house closers starting on Monday. We have 2 disposition managers in-house, 1 transaction coordinator in-house, and then my wife oversees operations and transactions. And then my partner, Tony, oversees dispositions and the rental properties that we're acquiring, or any like short-term rentals that we're acquiring for Airbnbs.
Nice. And what markets are you in? You're currently North Carolina, right? Is where your office is at? Because I know you do this business virtually. What does that look like? And what markets are you in?
Yeah. So right out of the gates, I didn't know any better, Steven. So I just started all over the place. Just because I really didn't know any better. Day one, I started just myself. I started with 10 cold callers, bought a ton of leads. I was recklessly spending. There was no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. So we've kind of honed in. Right now, we're in 8 markets. We are in North Carolina. We're in Ohio. We're in Washington State. We are in Florida, California, Arizona, Tennessee, and Georgia.
Nice. Which one's your favorite?
I believe our 2 best markets are, or our 3 best markets are Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and then Florida. Tampa, Jacksonville area.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you haven't been in the game that long. You're already kind of making waves. Because of your sales skills are incredible and your background. And shout out to Donnie, actually, here introduced me to you. I don't know if you see the back of his head. That's Donnie. But man, do you offer any kind of coaching, consulting, courses, boot camps, anything like that?
Yeah, so I am just now doing a 6-week sales training, Steven. And it's with me personally. It's all over Zoom. I got another one starting on May 31st. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be for 6 weeks, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. And I just go over everything from literally soup to nuts, but I break sales down and give information where your person that's just getting started, or even somebody that's been in the game for a while and they haven't been able to scale on a sales aspect, I give them the tools and the structure to be able to do that. I said I had zero intention, Steven, when I came into this industry to have anything to do with sales training. Nothing. It was not my priority. I was not going to be focused on it. What I saw coming into this industry was a lack of information that somebody getting started would be able to implement and have success. There's a lot of people that are teaching sales. Nothing wrong with it. I think they're a bunch of hustlers that had some success, and that's good. But when it comes to actually scaling a business efficiently, effectively, where you can track it, there is a way to do that.
And even though in the beginning you were kind of all over the place, you still had success because you had a process in place, right? So in my opinion, acquisitions and the sales aspect of this business is probably by far the most important, requires the most skill set. And I feel like if you can really sharpen your sword with that, the rest of it kind of gets just a little bit easier, and also building a team around that as well. So where can people reach out to you, get a hold of you about the boot camp, or reach out to you personally?
They can find me on Instagram. It's at the Eric Cline. The only thing that I offer, there's been a lot of fake pages, crazy. I've never had a fake page on me until I came into this industry.
You tried to tell me crypto the other day, and I'm like, there's an extra E at the end or something. This is not something he's trying to do. Yeah.
But the only thing I will ever post a link for and be charging for is sales training, nothing else.
Awesome. All right, cool, man. Well, you ready to do some live calls?
Hey, that's what we're on. That's really what we're on here for.
Perfect. So we actually have the first lead right there in North Carolina. Let's see if they pick up the phone.
Winston Frank Cathcart.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do it on my phone by, for any reason, if you can't hear me, please let me know.
Okay.
So before I jump on here, I just want to let everybody know my style is love the one you're with. When I get on a call, I do not jump into price. I do not try to price check these people. What I try to do is dig into why they've put up with this industry as long as they have, because we annihilate these people. These sellers have been put through the ringer when it comes to the wholesale industry. So I try to put them through a different experience and talk about the home once I have the credibility and on common grounds to where we can bring the house up. If anyone forces me to talk about the house, obviously I'll go that direction. All right. So I'm going to go 159.
Yep.
All right. Looks like he is selling based off of a divorce with his ex 7 years ago.
Oh.
Frank's been through it. Oops. Actually, let me actually pull the house up just before I go and try and call this guy. All right. Let's get Frank on. Oh, Donnie's in the audience listening. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Can you hear it ringing?
Yeah. North Carolina, Texas, Vermont, Colorado.
All right, I'm going to call him right back.
Okay.
Let it ring 3-4 times. Hang up, call him back. All right. I'm going to go on to the next. On Texas, I'm going to pass on Texas.
Okay. We got Vermont next.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry. Yeah. Houston. So Vermont.
All right. Never Compton, Vermont. There's like no, just normal, right? Yeah. Vermont. Oh yeah, normal neighborhood.
He's 80 years old and wants to sell this last property. He used to have 11 properties.
Love me some 80-year-olds. This is my specialty. I'm going to hang up, try and back. If anybody out there is not using this technique, I highly encourage you to do it. I learned it from my boys over at All In.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right. Nope.
We've got Colorado. This person, she's looking to relocate and wants to sell within a month.
Woo!
Here, Florence.
Janice. Here, let me put the address in real quick. Colorado. I've never pitched a lead in Colorado.
This one looks a little rough.
Yeah, I love it. Why can't I find it? Florence.
Looks like it needs a lot of repairs are needed. Needs some work, roof, paint inside, paint outside, kitchen, appliances, flooring, plumbing, bathroom, everything.
Just bought it literally this month.
She lives there. She's looking to relocate, wants to sell within a month. I don't know how long she's lived there, though. Needs a lot of work, according to her.
Someone just bought it on April 6th.
If she doesn't answer, I hope you connect with the next one because it's in New Jersey. If you guys have any questions for Eric, when we do the Q&A at the end, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll get to those questions at the end.
Hi, sorry I missed your call.
I'm going to call her back just for the heck of it. Pueblo, Colorado. Nope. All right. West Creek, New Jersey.
Yep.
Boy, taking me in all these markets I don't know nothing about.
Was planning to fix and flip, but contractor said he wanted to work with, won't take the job, and now he's looking to get rid of it. So his contractor didn't want to take the job. It's vacant, complete rehab needed.
Cool. All right, 3-1.
Oh, right next to a graveyard.
Yeah, like, dude, there ain't
You
been
ever saw one of those before?
a home that sold. Oh, there's a home that sold around here. At least we got one comp to go off of.
It's like a haunted house.
Yeah, it's rough. Let me see. Eden.
Yeah.
Eden 917-543.
The contractor didn't want to take the job, so he's looking to get rid of it. I wonder why they didn't want to take the job.
Yeah. Hey, Eden, this is Eric with TLC HomeBuyers. How are you? Hello?
You're going to call him right back, right?
Yep. Hey, Eden, this is Eric with TLC HomeBuyers. How are you?
Hey, Eric, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
I appreciate you asking. You're the first person that's asked me that today, Eden. Yeah.
Awesome. How are you? What's going on?
I'm doing well. I am. They just forwarded me some of the information on the property you're trying to sell on Main Street.
Well, I'll be honest. I was trying to sell it 3 months ago. I'm deep into flipping it myself. We're almost done, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because when they
at this point, it won't be worth it for you guys or for me to sell it.
So you started how long ago did you start am I saying your first name right, Eden?
Yeah, Eden. That's how most people say it. It's actually Eden.
Eden?
Yeah.
Well, let me call you by the right name then, Eden.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So when did
I started about three months ago. When I bought the house, my original plan was to flip it. After looking into it and starting to work on it, I realized that it's a shit ton of work that I was not expecting, and this was my first flip. But honestly, we're deep in it now, and we're almost done pretty much.
Because when the information that I have says was planning to fix and flip, but the contractor you wanted to work with just wouldn't do the job or something like that?
Yeah, one of them bailed out on me. I was able to find someone else, though.
Yeah. Because what we do, obviously, we're a nationwide company, so we buy homes all over the U.S., not in all states, but we are in 8 different states. We buy for fix and flip or buy and hold. Kind of seems like you might have beat us to the punch on this one.
Yeah, seems that way. I'm honestly, depending on how it turns out in the end, I might be interested in seeing how much you guys would be willing to offer. But if you want, you could call me back in about a month. We should be done, and the house should be ready for for the market.
You broke up a little bit, bud. Can you say that again? And I'm sorry to make you repeat yourself.
Okay, no. So I'm saying one of the things I'm actually looking into, and it all depends at the end of the line where I'm standing with this house. It might be worth it to hold it
as a rental.
As a rental, yes. I might be looking for an investor who would want to rent it out. Would want to buy it for an investment property.
So it's a 3-bed, 1-bath, just shy of 1,500 square feet.
It is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, shy of 2,100 feet.
That's why we double check this stuff.
Yep. I mean, we added one of the bathrooms in there.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you anticipate if you were to, let's say, we're 30 days down the road, you're done with this. What were you gonna throw it on the market? If you were to sell it, what were you gonna throw it on the market for?
Throw it on the market, I'd probably start at 390, hoping to end at 370. If it was to an investor, probably 350. I don't know if that's something that you guys are, in your range, but I think it could get 3,500 rent a month. The house.
Mm-hmm. What do you? Just out of curiosity, I personally I'm just an acquisition manager. So what I do is I speak with the seller. I get a general understanding of what you're trying to do, the time frame in which you're trying to do it. I submit the properties to our underwriters, and they're pretty well versed in the markets that I'm speaking to sellers on. Just out of curiosity, what is that number based off of that you would?
Are you talking about the selling price or the rental?
No, the selling price.
Just off of other houses in the area.
Okay.
And what they're going for right now.
Understood. On the same side of South Main Street.
What's that?
On the same side of South Main Street, there's homes going for that. I'm just trying to look at it right now.
Not exactly the same side, but all around.
Okay. All right. So you're going to finish out the rehab.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, I don't want to disrupt that. It seems like you kind of have a plan of what you're going to do. I appreciate you taking my call. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I mean, it was a pretty straightforward call, and I appreciate your feedback. And if somewhere down the line I come across something else, I'll definitely make sure to hit you up.
You got it, brother. Thank you so much.
Sounds good, Eric.
Bye-bye.
Be in touch, man.
Very smooth.
He started the rehab 3 months into it. I mean, he's wanting an ungodly amount of money for that thing.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Yeah. I mean, it's so for like me, could I sit there and try beating his there was like I didn't see any justification in telling this guy he's crazy. I mean, listen, he's in the middle of rehab, his first one. Let him do his thing.
All right. Next one is in Palm Coast, Florida. Let's see. Needs to downsize and move to the south. I guess much more south. She's getting older and the house is too big for her. Wants to move closer to family and in either Vero Beach or Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. It's right where I was at. Where's this one at? Palm Coast?
Yeah. Lynn. Go and share the screen. It seems like it's in pretty good shape.
Palm Coast. Why is this not showing up?
What repairs are needed? Roof, AC, paint inside and outside, kitchen appliances, kitchen cabinets, flooring, plumbing, electrical, water, heater. This is vacant.
Great. Hold
on. I'm looking at the wrong one, actually.
I was pulling up the wrong address. My apologies.
It's 4-3, in-ground pool. Is your approach a little bit different when you talk to people that need to downsize and move quickly? Or how do you approach those people?
Great question. Like, what about the house doesn't fit your needs, right? Is it the downstairs going upstairs just too big? You can't maintain the yard. Where are you going to go? Have you given that any thought? All right. Where's the lead at again? Wants 380. Her name is Len. I'm going to hang up, call her back.
You've reached the voicemail system.
I encourage anybody that is like, I don't know can you tell how many people are watching this right now, Steven?
41 plus a live audience here.
I would encourage anybody that's in acquisitions or closing, right? I call it a closer. This is not an easy job, meaning that the grunt work that we have to do day in and day out, like what I have right now at my desk, I have a stand-up desk to where I can stand up and be engaged in this stuff. Sitting down all day long, listen, you get settled in, you can get lazy. Your conversations before you even know it have went to shit. You're not thinking right. So do whatever you can to stay like moving around throughout the day. Cause I promise you it affects the way you're going to perform.
Yep.
I'm going to call Rita.
See.
Right? Raleigh Drive didn't answer?
No. Yeah, so we're on Rita. This is in Georgia. Not much information here. Fair condition. Yeah. Whoever submitted this didn't put really much information besides fair condition.
You want me to skip it or go?
It's up to you. I don't care.
Maybe she might be the only. We just need him to answer.
It's like it's a townhome.
Hello?
Hi, Rita.
Yes?
Hey, Rita. This is Eric with TLC HomeBuyers. How are you?
I'm fine. With what?
TLC HomeBuyers.
Home buyers.
Yeah, calling you about the property on Bridgefield.
Okay. So you want to buy my house?
Well, I'm interested in at least chatting about it. Yeah, for sure.
If I will decide to sell one of these, how much money you will offer?
That's always the magic question. So this is what I can tell you. So my name is Eric. The name of our company is TLC HomeBuyers. And the point of this phone call is for me to get a general understanding of the condition. And I can tell you by the end of this phone call, Rita, I can give you one of two things. Yes, we'll buy it. Here's our offer. Or unfortunately, we're not interested. It doesn't meet our buy box. And here's the reason why.
Okay, so what are the questions?
All right, perfect. Real quick before we get started, you got a pen and paper?
You need me to write down something?
I'm going to want you to write some stuff down. I'm not the only person that's called you about this house. That I'm certain of, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of calls and it look like I'm not so... It's depends. If you give me good price, maybe I will sell one of this property. But I'm not in... I'm not desperate to sell.
Awesome. I love dealing with people that aren't desperate. It's a lot easier to work with them.
Yes.
Yep. So what I want to do is I want to give you all my contact information, Rita, and here's the reason why. I know what you've been through.
After we finish this conversation, please send me emails with name of your company, with the phone number, what if I will decide, so I 100% want to sell. So I will have all this contact information.
Okay, cool. All right.
Because I got some regular mail with companies that want to buy.
Yeah. Awesome. You said you got mail sitting on your counter?
I have regular mail and about the companies that want to buy some kind of investment. I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention because, I'm collecting the rent. I don't have any problems. And simple, I'm old already. It still has, I need my attention, maintenance and stuff like this.
Okay, great. So this is a rental property for you.
Yes.
Amazing. All right. Let me just recap real quick who we are. The name of our company is TLC HomeBuyers. I'm based right outside of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, but can you on end of this conversation?
Yeah, Rita.
Email. So this will be because my English is not very good. I need to read your name, your phone number, your name of the company, all the stuff, only for contact. If I will decide, I will definitely call you.
Okay, awesome. I still need to talk to you about the property though, okay?
Okay. Right. What is your question?
All right. Well, this is, so I'm an acquisition. Do you understand everything I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm an acquisition manager. The point of what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the outside condition, the neighborhood. We're going to go inside the home, just having a conversation over the phone. You're going to give me a clear understanding about the condition as you think it may be. And then I'm going to submit that information to my underwriters, and I'll have you, again, by the end of the phone call.
So what are your questions? Question number one.
Yeah. Is this a high rental area, Rita?
It means a lot of people looking for rent.
Yeah. Do you like, so the community, is it a lot of,
I will tell you the truth. When we bought this house, one of our tenant is living here already 6 years, and he has no intention to move. So I don't know how, if I will be easy to rent this house. Second, my neighbor is living 3 years, and he is not also interested to move. But second property, I had couple residents. I don't think it was problem. And I tell you the truth. Recently, I start to maintain this property. Before I had a company that did this. It was Century Realtor.
you had a management company?
I don't think it's a problem.
You had a management company helping you out?
I didn't have much experience to rent because one of my tenants living for all the time, so I never had problems to rent it.
Okay.
And second is also about 3 years in. I was not in situation to rent it many times.
All right. Awesome. Very nice. So you're not. I'm assuming there's zero rental restrictions here, right?
What?
I'm assuming there's zero rental restrictions.
Restriction? No restriction. You can. You don't have to. You can rent anytime. It's not like they have number of units only for rent. No, there is no restriction.
Okay. Great. Awesome. And
because I have to another community, and they have this restriction.
Okay. Do you live close by to the property?
No, I'm living in Woodstock. It's about 20 miles.
Woodstock? Yeah. Where are you originally from, Rita?
Originally, I'm from Moldova. Do you know this? Very small country.
How long?
But I came from former Soviet Union. When I left this, it was Soviet Union.
How long have you been in the States?
Somewhat.
How long have you been in the United States?
Oh, I'm here for 33 years.
33 years?
And but my experience with real estate is maybe 20 years. We lived in Georgia. We lived in only 8 years. Before all the time, we were in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia?
Real estate in Philadelphia.
Okay. Very nice. What made you move to Georgia?
My son moved to Georgia, and we decided to be close to him.
Cool.
And when we came to Georgia, we sold our properties, and I saw big opportunity in Georgia, much bigger than in Philadelphia.
We actually have a short-term. Have you heard of Blue Ridge, Georgia?
Blue Ridge, Georgia. It's on the north.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's in the mountain. We just picked up a short-term rental. We're in the middle of rehabbing it right now for an Airbnb. Yeah. I'm showing
My
you.
property is in Norcross and close to us, this area, Rockford.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm showing you actually have two of these. Do you have two of these properties here in this complex?
And this community, I have two properties. Next to each other.
The one that we're speaking of, Rita, If we were to, the tenant that's in there, are they on a month to month or are they on a long-term lease?
No, originally we did like 1 year, whatever, but then for 6 years we renewed. Automatically it was renewed.
Mm-hmm. So they're month to month.
Yes, I think so. I really don't. Probably if I want to terminate the contract, I probably have to wait until year. It's supposed to be end of the year.
End of this calendar year?
No, my first tenant rented it probably in May. Like this month, it will be renewed automatically. And my second is August. It will be renewed.
Okay, great. And this one is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, correct?
2.5.
2.5 bath. All right. It's got a garage?
1-car garage.
1-car garage?
Yes.
Is that your husband in the background?
Yeah. But I'm the boss.
Just like my household.
Yes.
How long have the two of you been married?
52 years.
Holy smokes, you don't hear those numbers very often.
Yeah, and this is why he trusts
me. My wife and I just celebrated 10 years, Rita. How the heck do I get to 52 years?
You know, time flies so fast. So don't worry.
Don't.
You will have your 52 years.
52, yeah. I say this respectfully. I love my wife to death, but sometimes it already feels like 52 years.
This is everybody's problem, but still.
Yeah, no, I hear you. My father-in-law gave me the best piece of advice before he passed away. We were sitting out. He's Polish. We were sitting out on my back patio one night. He had a couple martinis. He got me and my wife together, and he said, "Listen, I want to tell you," he was sick, and he knew he was going to pass away. And he said, "I want to tell both of you this one thing. Your marriage is not always going to be easy, but it's always going to be worth it. So just stick it out."
You telling me?
No. He told me that.
He was very smart man.
Yeah, I loved him to death. So let me ask: is there HOAs here?
Yes.
Cool.
And HOA fee is $90.
$90 a month, quarter, yearly? Monthly?
Yeah, and it's 2,000. Hold on a second. 900, I believe, is property tax.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What's your husband's name, just for conversation? I know.
About what? Selling?
What's your husband's name, just for conversation?
Name? Yevsey. Yeevsy.
Okay.
EY.
Yevsey?
Yevsey? Yes, first letter Y.
Oh, wow. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Rita. When is the last time, how often do you and Yevsey talk about possibly selling the property?
What we talked about?
When's the last time you and Yevsey has talked about selling the property?
Look, my husband didn't want to buy in the beginning, but now he's okay with this. Actually, this is our opinion together. Maybe sell, maybe not. Sometimes it's some problems. My husband started to go, why I need this stuff. But I'm more strong. So I solving this problem and go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this is all. You can invest money in stock market and don't worry about this.
Mm-hmm.
Not same, but this real estate investment is not maintenance free. For example, I have I made my tenant to change air filter every 3 months. I'm buying by myself filter, but I'm coming and they have to show me previous filter so I can see how air conditioner is working, because air conditioner is most expensive if it will fail. It's most expensive. So I get taken care about air conditions.
I want them to talk as much as they possibly can, so I can get as much information. She's now saying I think she doesn't like being a landlord. They can put the money in the market.
And garage door every 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And I have to see first of, because in all agreements, in all rent agreements, there is a paragraph about changing filter, but you don't know they do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
This is why I made them to change filter and show me dirty one. So I can make for example, one time I saw that they placed wrong way. So I told them, but I start to buy filters that two-sided, not to make mistake. No, this is, I don't know. This, before I had the management companies, they didn't care about this.
Yeah, they'll never care the way you do.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Never.
I try to avoid any problems what I see.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
I told you I have a big experience.
Yeah, for sure. Are you at the point in your life where you and your husband where you're maybe ready to just let the rentals go for a fair price and not have to worry about those?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a son and family, so everything will go to my son, and if I am selling this house, I will give this money to my son.
Boom! I give the money to my son.
It belongs to him.
How old's your son?
Name, but eventually will belong to him.
How old's your son, Rita?
My son is good. He's living in
Augusta, Georgia?
Yes.
Amazing. How old?
He's 51 years old.
10 years older than I am.
So you could be my son.
Yeah, I could be your son, Rita. Yeah, I just turned 41 April 16th. So
it's the best time for creativity and making decision and
yeah.
It was my best time when I was 41.
Well, you don't sound a day over 50. You sound young.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I know the truth.
I love it. All right, cool. So let's go into does the HOA take care of like the roof on these properties?
Yes, HOA takes care about everything outside. It's they have declaration of covenant and restriction. This every.
What I'm trying to do is understand why she's going to stay on the phone and sell. She wants done being a landlord, wants to give the money to her son.
Unit owner responsibility. Everything.
The property's irrelevant to me if I have no clue why she wants to sell it.
It's responsibility of association. There is a definition, common property. And common property is everything outside unit.
Understood. So they take care. This is it's a 2014 build. So I'm assuming the roof is 2014.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing's happened, right?
I didn't change it. I didn't do anything.
Yep. AC's 2014. Nothing's happened to the AC unit where you had to change that, right, Rita?
We didn't have any problem. If you want to know what kind of problem I had in these 2 units, breaking water line main break was breaking and replaced in both units. But basically, this is the main problem I had. Of course, sometimes faucet or whatever.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Rita. Thank you.
Yes.
What I'm going to do now is head inside of the house with you just to get a general understanding. Let me ask you this, Rita. Given everything that you've told me, right, if you'd like to put the rentals behind you, you and your husband have chatted about it. It's something you both agreed to. If you were to sell, ultimately the money's going to go to your son. I wish I had a mother like you. Where do you think you and your husband would have to be from a price point, knowing that we would buy it as is, close fast, cover closing costs, and you don't pay any commissions because we deal directly with one another. There's 0 realtors involved with this.
See, I never deal with company like you. Like, I always have a real estate agent who sold, they buy it and everything. So I really don't have experience to deal with this kind of procedures. And of course, it's sound good if I don't have to pay anything. Sound good, but I never had this experience.
Okay, first time ever trying to do this, right?
It's always
the
first time to them.
Meaning selling a property directly to a buyer where you don't have a realtor eating into your profits, right?
I didn't understand your question.
This would be the first time you've ever sold a property, 1, over the telephone, and then 2.
Yes, of course, I told you. I always had the agents who find me a buyer and stuff like this.
Okay.
We'll prepare till closing, everything arranged. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I always had an agent.
All right. Well, I can let you know. Are you familiar with the Better Business Bureau? Didn't think so. We're A-rated with the BBB, just to let you know. The Better Business Bureau is the largest consumer protection agency in the United States of America. So we have an A rating with them. They've given us their stamp of approval, and it's something that we absolutely pride ourselves on.
Okay, let's do this. I assume that I can trust you. So no problem with this. Only my problem, what price will be?
Price. It always comes down to price. How much money can we give to you ultimately so you can give to your son?
This is function of 2 arguments. What price it is and how I'm willing to get rid of this house.
And what was the second one, just so I understand?
How am I willing to get rid of this house, not to take care about it?
Awesome. Well, let's do this.
2 arguments I have.
All right. I'd love to help you get.
For now, I'm collecting the rent. I don't have a problem. I didn't have any big repairments for a long time. Everything is like my first guy who rented the first house.
I'm going to throw a rough number out there to say, why would you give your son between $225,000 to $250,000?
So I don't have much problems, but money are good,
Understood.
Even I don't need money. Tell you the truth, I don't need money, but the timing is good.
Well, the timing is good. The timing is absolutely good. I got to ask you a question, and because when I said, what would you do with it? I can tell you don't need the money because you said you were going to give it to your son. Let me ask you this. What would your son do with, between like $200,000 to $250,000?
Even if I can sell this house, I will definitely looking to buy in Augusta. My son has 5 properties.
Oh, wow.
So he has experience with this, and I will buy another on this money. I will buy on his name another property.
Okay, cool. So it's really to roll it into another property.
Yeah.
All right, got you. Understood. And you're getting right now roughly what, $1,400 a month in rent?
I tell you, I never change in rent. I start with 6 years ago with 1,400, and I never raised it. My second, because I changed the tenant, my second pays 1,450.
Okay. All right. So so you've never raised the rent?
No, this was my. I never raised rate anywhere within my. I never. I appreciate my tenants; they are good, and I don't want to. See, I'm not desperate for money. I want them because now price is so high everywhere.
It's out of control.
To make living from month to month, so I'm not raising the rent.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
And I never raised rent in Philadelphia too.
Yeah, I agree. So let's you're a nice woman. You're nicer than I am when it comes to rental properties. I just sometimes I almost feel like we do the tenants a disservice by not raising the rent. God forbid, they got to go out to reality and the world that we live in now, going from whatever they're paying to you to get a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. It's going to be a massive jump for them.
I really don't know, but I think rent now in this property is higher than I.
Yeah. Yep. You're a beautiful landlord, Rita.
Yeah, but see, my property gave me more money because of price of property.
Love the one you're with.
So another $1,000 or whatever.
No one else has had a conversation with this woman the way we have today. The person that submitted the lead had nothing on her.
I want them to keep in good condition. That's it.
Gotcha. Understood. So let's go inside real quick. Once we just discuss the inside, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go back to my underwriters, Rita. What they're doing right now as we speak is they're running what's called a CMA report. And without speaking too high level, they're just looking at the surrounding area, where the market's at, where it's trending. Obviously, we're in a very, very uneasy time in the real estate industry. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So they just want to make sure that if they do acquire this property, whether or not they're going to use it as a fix and flip or a rental like you're using it for, and then ultimately what has sold in the area, what did it sell for, everything that they need to know to make an educated offer and a fair offer.
It's good. Only I want to have your information. You don't have to call me. Only tell me the price. And I will keep in mind you are very nice. And if anything, if I today decide I want to sell it, I will call you.
Well, let's do this because I've enjoyed our conversation. If we can get to a number that makes sense, are you ready to sell the property to us today?
I don't know. I don't. My husband wants to sell it. He doesn't want to have any.
The fucking husband wants to sell it.
But
let's get him on the phone.
It's possible. I would like to sell it if it's possible. But it's possible not.
Okay,
not
cool.
Now, or whenever I will decide, I will call you.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this. I'm not fully ready to sell it.
You're not ready.
Yeah, and you know, if I will sell it now and give to my son, there is nothing now in Augusta to buy.
That's okay. Let's do this. Let's get off the fact that your husband is more than ready to sell. We just got to get you to that
My
comfort.
husband never want to buy in first.
All right. Awesome. Is he available to jump on this call?
I bought and I made almost $500,000 for 6 years.
Woo!
So he's happy with this.
Well, of course he's happy, Rita.
He always was against, but when he see how much money I made, so he's happy with this.
Of course. I mean, he's been by your side for 52 years. Obviously, you're keeping a smile on his face.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the inside of the property, Rita. All right. I appreciate all the time that you've given me. What are the floors throughout the home?
Floors?
Floors. The floors that we walk on, what are they?
I will tell you the truth. My first properties, I rented 7. I didn't do any renovation because I couple times rented my second house.
Husband wants to get rid of this thing.
And floor is, this.
I need to get this guy on the phone.
First floor is this is some kind of vinyl, like hardwood. Looks like hardwood, but very durable. This is because I didn't want to change any more carpets or floors. So my construction guy he made me a very durable floor all around first floor. Other renovation I don't think nothing. I changed carpet on second floor in bedrooms. Nothing I changed in maybe I forgot, maybe some faucet. I don't remember any changing any renovation other than floor.
Okay. All right. So the pictures that I'm looking at, and please correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Rita, when's the last time you've actually been inside the unit physically?
Yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I was inside of second unit.
Okay.
But in I don't know when this tenant, which is living all the time.
Okay.
I don't, and I offered him to do new floor.
All right.
He didn't want.
Okay.
I offered him, let's say when I did in this, it looked like this is good, durable, but he didn't want to move furniture, deal with this.
Yeah, that's a big ask for a tenant. That's a big ask for a tenant. So the cabinet.
I asked him to do any renovation, and he didn't want.
Understood. All right. So the cabinets are the just laminate cabinets, and then or the countertops. They're like
Counter is Formica. How you call it?
Formica.
It's
Okay.
not granite. It's Formica.
All right.
Laminate or what? I'm not sure. It's not fancy. It's very simple.
Yeah, I see it. I see all the pictures of the inside from when.
Okay, so you see few pictures. It's cabinets. It's all countertop or plastic.
Yep. All right.
Originally, this probably you see 6046. Am I right?
Say that again. 6. Yes, ma'am.
46.
Yes, Rita.
Okay, originally this was what renovated. Originally it was, microwave on the top of oven. But it got broken, so I decided I don't want to deal with this, and I put fan exhausted. And they have their own microwave, and this is not to deal anymore with this microwaves.
Got you. Understood. Is your husband available?
Oh no, he left.
Where'd he go?
I sent him. My son coming tomorrow. I need some groceries to cook a dinner.
Okay. Darn it. We're just getting ready because what I'm getting ready to do is go back and speak to the underwriters,
It's
Rita.
enough to talk to me.
Huh?
It's enough, more than enough, to talk to me. He will accept everything. To sell, okay, he will accept to sell.
All right.
To keep it, he will accept it.
So I got to smooth you over if they approve this thing. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on a hold real quick, and I'm going to go back and speak to the underwriters.
Yeah. And these two, keep in mind, these two units are
She can't stop talking.
Inside, they don't have side yard or only backyard and front yard.
Do you know, are there electrical lines hanging anywhere on the outside of these units? Above ground electrical lines, do you know?
Yes, everything is ground.
Everything's in ground?
Yes.
So nothing's above ground?
Nothing about ground.
Okay.
I had problem with, I told you, I had problem with mainline water.
Yeah.
Recently. And I replaced it.
Okay. All right.
By the way, all these units have new water line.
Okay. You know, beside you, the unit to the left and to the right of yours, are these owner occupied or rental, Rita?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll go ahead. Just give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and put that in this. Let me put that in our system. TBD, to be determined on rental or owner occupied. And then you said the tenant's on a month to month?
Look how you call it. This is not month to month. This is every year.
Yeah, year lease.
Renewed for 1 year.
Okay.
I don't know how you call it.
Okay. All right. This is what I'm going to do, Rita. I'm going to put you on a quick hold. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to speak to the underwriters and see whether or not this is something that they're even going to qualify to put into their portfolio.
Why you cannot call me again? I'm at home.
I know, but Rita, why do that? I'm just going to put you on a quick hold. They've been looking at your property for the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to run back there. No need to call you, hang up and call you back. But this is what I want to ask you, Rita, because I know this is what they're going to ask me. They're going to ask me two things. If we get to a number that makes sense, is she willing to do business with us today? And then second, if we get to a number that makes sense, how long do they need to close? So can you answer those two questions for me?
How long, you mean how long I will agree to sell it?
How long would you need to close? If we get to a number that makes sense for you and for us.
I already explained to you. See, not what I very desperate to sell it. It's like two fight to sell it, not to have problem, not to sell it. I'm not ready to sell it now, but anything could happen.
Right.
See, I have recently problems with health and stuff like this.
Okay. So again, let me just rephrase this. If we can get you a decent number, could you close in 30 days?
If I will agree?
Yes.
No, I cannot tell you definite.
Okay.
If this will be good price, I will talk to my son, I will talk to my husband. It's still all right. But not what I wanted to sell it. And two side fighting. I don't want to sell it, and I don't want to keep it, and whatever. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, you're a smart woman. I'm not speaking to a dummy. If you are going to get out of this, I do it before the market corrects itself any more than it has right this moment and here in the near future. So let me put you on a brief hold, and I'm going to go speak to the underwriters. Okay.
Okay, but don't expect me to answer right away. I will have to talk to my son. I have to make my decision. I'm Maybe I'll need a couple days. Maybe I'll need a couple months. I don't know.
Or maybe you hear a number that you like and we make a decision right now. Just bear with me, okay?
It's possible. So tell me the price and
Yep.
And then let me make it.
Bear with me one moment. I'm going to get it right now. I'm going to see if they're even willing to buy it.
Okay.
Bear with me one moment. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to come in at like 233,500. Hey, Steve, I'm not taking too long. Steven, am I taking too long, brother? If we are, I can cut this short for a Q&A.
Take your sweet time.
All right.
Take your sweet time. That's better.
So everything that I've done has been a part of my 5 steps, right? I did an intro, set expectations, fact find. I spent 19 minutes talking to her, trying to figure out why the hell she would sell this. Because in the beginning, she said she didn't want to. What have I found out? Her husband wants to sell it. She's done being a landlord. She's going to give the money to her son. A lot has been disclosed because I took the time to build some proper rapport with her, which a lot of people fail to do that. She's never done this before. What do you mean by that? I'm used to working with a realtor. Is this the first time you sold something over the phone? Obviously it is. This is a big decision for a woman like this. She's got a husband that never wanted these in the first place. Too bad the guy went to the goddamn grocery store, because I'm going to try and hammer her on doing a deal here today. But listen, it takes time to figure all this shit out. The motto I had on my last business is it takes time to take timeshares. It takes time to get somebody to sell you their home over a telephone. Hello, Rita?
Yeah, this, I just remember, this is unit 46 is has a new dishwasher. I changed dishwasher. This is
Oh, it has a new dishwasher?
in the second unit in 46. Yes.
Oh.
46.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
All right.
But this is not all the unit. Everything is not relevant. New.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But dishwasher was bad and I changed it.
Okay. Just let me
recently, I don't know when, maybe a year ago.
Okay. All right. Let me put it in the system. Hold on. Again, I'm not the one making these decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So is it still is it still like the black dishwasher, or is it stainless steel? I guess tell me a little.
No, all appliances black.
They're all black. Okay. The older black. Okay. All right. Let me just put in older black appliances. All right. So what they were asking, couple questions in regards to that I forgot to ask you, and my apologies. So in that the main kitchen area, that's laminate flooring, or is that tile?
No, entire floor, kitchen area, family room. This is powder room. Everything is, I don't know how it's called. It's very durable. This is not laminate. This is vinyl something, but looks like hardwood floor.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what name of this product.
Okay, that's all right. But I mean, there's a lot of different products out there, so we got it. It's okay. And then with the HOAs, what they were asking me, have they increased since you've been here? That's part.
Yes, it was originally like 6 years ago, more than 6 years. It was 75, and now it's 90.
Okay, 75. All right. So is there an annual increase, Rita?
No. No.
Okay.
It was for a long time, $75.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly, but not. They don't have increase every year.
Yeah. Awesome. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead. So it increased from 75 to 90
For 7 years.
over the course of 7 years.
Yeah, we bought it in 14. So
Okay.
now it's 8 years. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome.
No, we didn't bought it in 14. We bought it in 16.
Okay. And then the last but not least, and again, my apologies, I should have known better than this. Is there any special assessments that you've had since you've owned these units?
No, we pay in general assessment only. It was not special, not specific, nothing. Only general assessment.
And how much was that for?
$90.
Oh.
This is association fees. It's
Okay.
general assessment.
Understood. So there's no, outside of your HOAs, there's no outstanding assessments or anything you have to pay off, right?
No, we don't have any assessment except general.
Okay.
We don't have any other assessment. Never was any special assessment for I don't know, roads or whatever, and we didn't have any specific assessment.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Rita. Is there anything else, Rita, that I have not asked you that you believe is important for me to let the underwriters know?
I don't have anything. I don't know anything. I told you everything.
I got her thinking.
Did you see this development? You never was in this development.
Me personally, no. The people in the back office, our underwriters, know this development and this area like the back of their hand.
Yeah, it's nice development, looking very good. It's very new development. A lot of houses were built after we bought this. It's very nice development, very nice, vicinity, all this kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect. Well, let me go see what I can do, Rita. Let me go see they were kind of up in the air. It was a toss right now. I think they're leaning more.
You want me to be on the phone again?
I got to just put you on another quick hold. And Rita, please don't yell at me. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
No. So I have to, you be on hold, or you will call me again?
I'm literally going to run back there. I'm going to run back there real quick and put you on a hold. I thank you so much for your patience. Seriously.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rita. Okay. All right. Just bear with me one moment, okay? I'm not going to hang up. Thank you. Now we come in with that offer.
What do you think she's thinking about right now, Eric?
Hey, the husband wants to sell, that we know. She would not have stayed on the phone this long if she was not interested. This is 48 minutes with somebody that in the very beginning was a hard nut to crack. The only reason she's on the phone with me is because she likes what the fuck we're talking about. That's it. Not because she likes the sound of my voice. Not that we've gotten on common ground and stuff. She's really opened up to me, but there's zero reason for someone to stay on the phone this long if they're not interested in selling their home.
Yep. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. Rita.
Yes.
I'm shocked. They've actually said yes to the property and approved it.
Okay.
Honestly, for me, it's been the first one in a week and a half that actually said yes to, especially on a townhome. So first and foremost, I want to say congratulations.
But when I told you, when I came to Georgia, I see a lot of opportunities in real estate. This is why I bought it.
Right? That's because you're a smart woman. It
was a big difference between Georgia and Pennsylvania.
I'm sure. And I see what you got it for. I mean, Jesus, back in 2016, you bought it for $154,000 cash.
Yeah.
You're smart. And you've gotten
in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia and bought it here.
Yeah.
I like it better. And I wanted new without any problems to be. So this was my choice. Smart.
And your husband, I'm sure out of all the rent that you've accumulated over the last 6 years, I'm sure he's been happy with that as well. And with you being able to possibly cash out on these, I mean, you guys got a win-win. Do me a favor, Rita. Grab that pen and paper that I asked you to grab in the beginning, because there's stuff that I got to have you write this down.
I prepared a pen and I don't see it. Why? Because I'm already old.
Take your time and grab it.
Pick up a pen.
I'm in no rush, Rita. I appreciate the time you've already given me. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
My big concern only about my health. That's it. It's if my health is good, will be good. Lately, I start to have problems.
What's wrong with your health, Rita?
With my health, arthritis. A lot of stuff. No, not a lot. I'm pretty healthy, but recently I had problems.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but my mother-in-law, almost a little over a month ago, just recently passed, 72 years old.
2 weeks ago, my mom passed away, 96 years old.
I'm so sorry. That's a long life.
Yeah, but she was an amazing woman.
Same with my my wife and her mother. I swear to you, I grew up, Rita, in a family that was not very affectionate. Meaning my mother and father, they divorced, they weren't affectionate. They obviously loved us, but they didn't really show it. And when I met my wife and her family, they were a very affectionate and close family. And just seeing how close she was with her mother and father, and they both just passed recently within the last few years. It's been really tough to watch my wife go through that. So I'm sorry you had to do that.
It was very big loss for my husband too, because he loved my mother.
Really?
Yeah. He respected her more than anybody else.
Wow. Yeah, my mother-in-law, I say this, there's times, and again, I'm not talking bad about my mother because I love her, but there were times I feel my mother-in-law showed me more love than my actual mother. Yeah. Well, and that was how long ago, Rita?
2 weeks ago.
Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I'm so sorry. How are you doing?
I'm fine, but this is very big loss for me.
Well, I know I'm just a stranger, but my condolences go out to you, Rita.
Thank you very much.
And I mean that. And I truly, truly, with all my hearts of hearts, I mean that. Well, it's hard to pivot into the good news, but I do want to go over some good news with you.
Okay.
Put it this way. If your mother was right now, which she is, she's looking down on us, getting ready to have this conversation, going to hear all the great news. That's one thing I would keep in mind is what would my mother say? So let's keep her in mind when we're getting ready to make the decision today, okay?
Okay, so let's.
All righty.
Finally, what is this?
Finally, Rita, we did it. All right. So I want you to, this is what they've said yes to. This is what they've approved. They said they can do a 30-day closing if you need a little bit more time. They completely understand that. So the 30-day close, they are willing to cover all the closing costs, all of them. No commissions that you have to pay, not a cent.
I wrote down.
Okay, so it's a 30-day close. They're willing to buy it in an as-is condition, meaning the way that home sits right this moment is the way that they'll buy it. You don't need to do a thing. You don't need to pick a broom up, paintbrush, nothing. Literally, the way it sits is the way they're going to buy. Okay? They've given me a virtual withdrawal number that I want you to write down.
Okay, option 4.
Virtual with it's VW, Victor Whiskey, VW.
What you talking about?
Yeah, write down the virtual withdrawal number. I need you to jot this number down. It's
phone number?
No, a virtual withdrawal number. They've actually moved the funds from one account to another. And so nobody else here within our organization spends it. So they've already transferred. Anytime they've approved a property and they're getting ready to make an offer, they transfer the funds over so it doesn't get spent.
I'm a little bit lost. What I have to write down?
The virtual withdrawal number. Just write this number down and I'll explain it later. VW.
TW?
No, V is in Victor.
CW.
No, not Charlie.
SW.
Yep, you got it. 47 63.
63.
You got it.
What this number means?
That means that they've already transferred the funds into an account for you and your family the day that we close.
This number of what do you call transaction?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to overcomplicate this.
This number of transaction of the fund.
Yep, you got it. All right. So with that being said, where they're at for all those benefits and savings that I've told you, their offer, Rita, which came in higher than I expected, to be brutally honest with you, is $233,500. $33,500.
Okay, 233,000.
500.
500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to get the necessary information to have an offer prepared. I want to email it out to you and your husband. It's only 2 pages, Rita. It's written in 3rd grade English. for guys like me to understand. And I don't say that to insult your intelligence.
So you want me to send the contract?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare the offer. I'm going to email it to you and your husband. As soon as he gets home from the grocery store, I want to be able to review it with you and Yivza. Did I say that right? Yivzi?
Okay, look, let's think as why you're doing this. I will talk to my husband. It's write down everything for me when he will be back, and I will call you back. Why to go through all this contract if, for example, my answer will be no? So write down, send me a text message with your name of the company, your phone number, and your name is Eric. Am I right?
You got it. At least you know my name.
Okay.
Hold on though.
So send me this all information. I will talk to my husband. I will talk to my son. I will, I will sit down and then I will, and I will calculate because I have different offers. And so I will calculate. And only my question, do you need inspection inside the house?
And that is a great question, Rita. My apologies for not covering that. We would, what we would have to do is we would just have to come out, walk the exterior, the interior, and then we would also bring one of our financial partners or contractors out there just to do a quick walkthrough. So
you see, my outside's not problem, but inside I have to talk to my tenant to let you in.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's not a big deal at all, Rita. That's the least of my concerns. We can work around that. It's not like we're gonna go knock on their door tomorrow and say, "Hey, let us in." Rita said we have to go through you, which ultimately you're gonna go through the.
I understood. I have as a call. I have to answer. Please send to me your information, and if I will call you, okay, then you will send me this offer, okay?
Are you just trying to get off with me, or do you really have a call?
No, I have to answer the call, and then my husband in the store.
All right.
Probably he has a question.
I don't know if that call is going to make you $233,000, so it better be important. I'm joking, Rita.
$500.
Yes. I'm going to call. All right. You answer your husband's call. I'm going to give you a call back. If I don't hear from you within the hour, I'm calling back.
Okay.
All right, Rita.
Send me text message.
I'll send you everything you need to know. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, Rita.
Wow. You got so much out of this lead, and it came in with absolutely zero information.
Shit.
Your offer was what, 233?
233,500.
And she didn't decline it. She didn't say yes. It seems like she's going to take it, but your MAO is 280.
I came in way too high.
Huh?
I came in too high, man, in my book.
You came in too high? 50K profits too low for you?
Well, she didn't even budge.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't flinch at all.
I mean, she could negotiate a little bit more, but it was phenomenal to see you from the beginning to the end. And I noticed that you post a lot about this on your Instagram. You spend a lot of quality time with these leads. You don't rush it, try to get the numbers and all that stuff. You really get down to building rapport, setting the foundation correctly, and making her trust you over the phone, right? Yes. The person that submitted this had zero information. Here you come. You got way more information. I'm looking at a cash comp right across the street, smaller, older, same kind of style. So for $295K cash.
Yep.
And you offer $230. Seems like she'll take it, but it's not a bad way to start. I mean,
no, man.
Really solid, man. Really impressive. So you ready to answer some questions for the audience?
Yeah, let's roll.
If you guys enjoyed that, go ahead and put the fire emojis for Eric. Eric, I don't know if you could see the comments. They were going crazy
I don't
while
see
you're
any
talking to
comments.
the lady. Awesome. So
I don't see
let's
any
see.
comments.
Click the comments button.
Oh,
There it is.
now I see it.
Yeah. No, everybody loved that.
Oh,
How,
love it.
before we get into these questions, how important it is, tell me a typical, when you get leads in your system,
Yeah.
do you treat every lead the same as far as this kind of approach? Because you spent a really good amount of time on this lady, but it turned out to be a pretty good deal. What's your process like when you are talking to people?
Yeah, so we try to stick to a 10-minute rule here in our office. And what that is you got to be able to spend enough time with the person to truly get them to open up. I just spoke about this. In my our average deal we assign is over 30 grand. So any lead that hits our CRM, I look at it as like someone has just given us $30,000, and it's our job to go in there and say, let us get that 30 grand, or it just doesn't meet the criteria. So in order for someone to be able to come to me and confidently say, hey, Eric, this is not a good lead, and I say why, they got to have a damn good reason. Unfortunately right now, our office has way too many leads, more than we can handle. But when we were caught up on leads, it's not like we didn't have enough time in the day to spend quality time with these leads.
Right.
And I believe that is the problem in this industry, is people have had success off of getting low-hanging fruit. Yeah. Like, it's really easy to get on the phone with somebody in 2 to 3 minutes, be like, hey, how much do you want for your house? You hear a number that kind of makes sense. Oh, I'm going to spend my time with this person. But you get somebody on the phone that, listen, we've beat this industry up. Like, these sellers have been through hell and back with the amount of calls that they get. I found out real quick in this industry, I just listened to what the sellers were telling me. They told me everything I needed to hear to be successful in this industry. Eric, I get fucking 20 calls a week. Everybody's asking the same questions and no one's giving me an offer. I was like, all right, cool. Let me give these people a different experience.
Yeah. No, great point. I love it. 10-minute rule. So let's answer a few questions. I think that was time well spent. A lot of people felt that like this was a live course. A lot of people just learned from that call. So amazing. Eric, how do you determine your MAO while having the seller on the phone?
Great question. Obviously, you got to know who you're selling your deals to. We sell to primarily private buyers, and then we still sell to hedge funds. I don't think we sell to a lot of them. Where we typically start is anything over $200,000. We will do times 0.8 minus repairs. Anything under $200,000, we do times 0.75 minus repairs. That gives us our sell at. And then obviously anything under that is what your spread is going to be. We just got to the point where we're listing a lot of properties on the MLS, and we're having success this way. That would be a great question for my partner, Tony, or one of his dispo people to answer, because the MLS is now a new success for us.
Love it.
That on our max available offer, your whatever it's called, the highest offer, we still try to keep a $20,000 spread in our highest offer.
Beautiful. Do you believe time always kills deals like this scenario? How much time do you allow before you believe you may actually lose a deal when it comes to the follow-up process after a call like that?
I mean, you got to be on these people, right? That she now, I feel like owes me money. And I told her, I'm going to give you a call in an hour. I'm going to give her a call in an hour. The next thing that I got to do is I got to get the husband on the phone. He, I believe, is the more motivated one. She just lost her mother. I'm going to bring all that stuff up again. Like, listen, you're going through a lot right now. Your health isn't the best. So my next phone call is not going to be, hey, Rita, you ready to roll? I'm going to get the husband on the phone. I'm going to say, hey, Yizva, whatever his name is, looks like you're the one that wanted to sell according to Rita. Tell me a little bit about that, sir. I need to get him warmed up. Then I'm going to circle back with Rita, and I'm going to bring up her health again, what she's been through, all the pain that she's going through to try to then close the deal again. So you got to stay on them, Michael.
Love it. How do you find a hedge fund company to dispo the deal to?
That's a great question, Nathan. My partner, Tony, actually does a dispo course, and he goes over everything from soup to nuts when it comes to dispoing. Last month alone, they dispoed $417,000. The month before, they did 400 and some thousand in assignments, assigning deals. So I'm not a dispo guy. I'm a sales guy. I lock deals up and then I send them over to dispo. So if you want to reach out to Tony, it's T-Mont at I actually don't know his Instagram handle, but I can get you in contact with him.
Okay. Last question. A few things you mentioned. What are a few things you mentioned when setting expectations?
Yep. So that would be in your intro. It's quick, simple, and to the point. But I want every single person that says hello to us, I want them to understand the point of the phone call. Hi, my name's Eric with TLC HomeBuyers. I see that you were selling your house because of whatever reason. The point of the phone call today is to see if your property qualifies, right? Why do I say qualify? Because most of these sellers haven't heard that before. And I'm doing a takeaway at the very beginning. We're going to see if your property qualifies. At the end of the phone call, I'm going to give you one of two things: a yes with an offer and an approval, or a no with a reason. So I want them to stay till the end, right? It's your infomercials. I'm not reinventing this sales process. I just stick to a formula that works. So setting expectations is letting them know exactly what's going to happen on the phone call, because most of these people that you're calling and saying, hey, I want to buy your house, as soon as they hear, I want to buy your house, or I'm here to make you a cash offer, holy shit, the last jerk off that called me said he was going to do the same thing and he never even gave me an offer. You're probably just like that person. So I want to let them know, no, I'm not like them. By the end of this call, before you and I both hang up, I'm going to give you what you're looking for, or I'm going to tell you why we can't buy your home.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
Any final comments you want to leave with the audience besides they're going to reach out to you, learn a little bit more about your, what you got going on?
Yeah. So listen, this is what you just heard is years of pounding the phone. I was somebody that didn't have a clue how to do this. It takes repetition. You got to stick with it. It's a mental game that you have to be able to overcome on a daily basis, sometimes an hourly basis. Don't take a bad phone call and let it ruin your day, your week, your month, or your year. Like, these are phone calls. If they're still on the phone with you and they haven't hit the hang up button, they're still interested in what you're saying. If nobody has told you that they believe in you today, that you can actually do this, I promise you this guy believes in you. I'll help you. Anything I can do to make you successful in this industry, I'm here for you, and let's win together.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sure everybody loved it. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, brother.